The third speaker of the government.
Yes, here.
Here.
Good evening, everyone. I would go straight to the point by rebutting and repeating what they have said. They said that girls are not enthusiastic about sports. Girls are enthusiastic with sports. They are. And that's why there are plenty of sports for girls. They are enthusiastic, and then because of the discrimination that men have on girls, that girls are weak, that girls cannot win a gold medal, that's why not a lot of women have sports, because they get discouraged of the discrimination that is placed upon them. They also said that not all girls are capable of doing push-ups. Men when they were born, they did not already know how to do push-ups. They trained themselves so they will not be ashamed, because a lot of boys can do push-ups and they can't do push-ups, meaning they're gay. They trained themselves. And girls, since when they were already young, no one told them that they should do push-ups, because if you do push-ups, you're like tomboy, you are manly. That's why they did not train themselves to do push-ups. For them, it was not a necessity. And then for them, it wasn't a training for them to be strong or a fitness training. And then they said that one factor of helping the economy. This is one factor of helping the economy of the country, because it is to let us know what to expect in the future. In the future, we cannot choose who we work with. We cannot choose if we only work with women. We cannot choose if we only work with men, because that's what is in the future. Because we cannot dictate the world we live in, and then there are a lot of men and there are a lot of women, and it's like they're 50-50 in population. And we should expect that there are a lot of men and a lot of women in our lives. So we should, when we are still young, in high school, in school, that we should already learn that they are already a part of us, and we should learn to be comfortable with them.
Here, 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 here.
They also said that we should not blame to be equal. Just as I have said, we should blame to be equal. So that when we grow up in college, or when we already have work, we already know how to deal with the people, how to deal with men's rashness and frankness, and women's so sensitive and cryingness. Next, I will summarize what my PM and DPM said. This debate is supposed to be about the House believing that schools should actively erase gender differences among their students. It's not about what are the differences. It's actively erasing the differences, because men are usually, when there are crimes and things going on in the school, men are the ones who are usually blamed, not the women, because women will to the school, because women are thought of as demure, as elegant and sensitive, and they don't believe women to do harsh things like that. Men are the ones who are blamed. Some men who did not do those things are the ones who are blamed, even though they did not do it. Next, about the PMT. Well, I am a medic in the PMT, and I am the one who usually oversees what's happening. And then what I see in the PMT, there are male officers, but there are less of them than compared to the women. Most of the people obey the men officers rather than the women, because they underestimate the women. They believe that women are too demure, and women cannot hurt them. But the women here, the backcom, the head in the PMT is a woman, my ex-classmate Marie, and then not a lot of people believe her. Follows her orders, because she is a woman. And then when we grow up, and schools are supposed to be a training ground for the future. When we grow up, there are a lot of women bosses. And if a man is trained in high school not to believe a woman because she's a woman, what happens to him when he grows up, when he works, when he has a woman as a boss? He will not really believe or obey that boss. Next. Boys also should know about the sensitive topics, because when boys know about the sensitive topics about what's happening to the woman's body, they will they won't tease the woman, they will feel her, they will understand why the woman every time, once in a month, 1 week in a month, she's so sensitive, she's so bossy and annoying that boys want to kill her. Because there's really a time in the month where a woman's like that, and then if a man already knows about that sensitive topic, they will understand her. And then here. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, the third speaker of the opposition will. Here.
Good evening, adjudicators. Good evening, fellow speakers. I will persecute what the Prime Minister has said. He said that most men are stronger. In society, men are considered stronger than women. But if we look at biology, ladies and gentlemen, naturally, men are really stronger than women. As you will look at as you will look at their biceps are even bigger than girls. And then yes. The Prime Minister also said that the school discriminates boys because the school only has Miss CCS and the school does not have Mr. CCS. But what about as what my fellow speaker had said earlier, what about the Lakambini and Lakandula? It is also a chance for the boys to show that they also can do what those girls can do, that they can also showcase what they have, and that they can also show what they have. And also, the Prime Minister also said that in our PE, boys are made to do push-ups, and girls are made to do sit-ups. Of course, naturally, because boys have bigger biceps, and you use your biceps when you do push-ups. And look at mine. Do you think these arms can really do push-ups? And you say he implies that women should also do push-ups. Do you think my arms can do push-ups too? No. We can only do sit-ups because naturally boys have bigger biceps. Boys are more naturally biologically capable of handling that. And also, they also said about the PMT here in Corpus Christi. They said that there are more girl officers than boys. So what is the discrimination here, ladies and gentlemen? When they already said that there are more girls than boys, and then they said that men are mostly the officers are mostly composed of men. But what about our PMT here? We are composed. Most of the officers are composed of girls. So what is the discrimination there? What's the point of their argument, ladies and gentlemen? And also, the speaker also said that many schools see boys as bullies. This is a policy, ladies and gentlemen. People already also consider girls as bullies. Because what about, like for example, Mean Girls? The Mean Girls is all about the mean girls, the bullies of the school, the girls. It is not so if this breaks their point, ladies and gentlemen, that the society only considers boys as bullies. And also another example, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen and other chick flicks. And also they also said that males are suspected for school crimes. This is also an assumption because both girls and boys can do crimes. And also they also said that the punishment in the prefect here in school
are the punishment, the range of punishments for boys are harder than the range of punishments for girls. But this is wrong, ladies and gentlemen, because girls actually do this. They also mop the floor. Gender is not the reason. Like for example, a friend of mine mopped the floor because she was suspended. It is actually not on. It's actually not whether you're a girl or a boy. It actually depends on what. It actually depends on to what extent your offense is reached. Here. And what is the debate supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen? The debate is supposed to be about the gender differences of girls and boys. So it is not about it is actually about that there are certain things which only girls can do, and there are also certain things which only boys can do. We are not saying that we are considering men as dominant than women. We are just saying that there are certain things that are only fit for girls because boys cannot do them. And there are also certain things that only boys should talk about. There are certain things that boys are able to do and not girls. And so with that, I will restate our points. If this proposition will be allowed, it will affect society. It will affect the girls and the boys, because girls are girls and boys are boys. As what my fellow speakers have said, that there are certain things which girls can only do by their own, and there are certain things which boys can only do by their own, because naturally, ladies and gentlemen, girls communicate better. I am a girl and I know that girls communicate better with girls, and they can share because they understand each other. They have the same facets, they have the same biological facets, they have the same things that they talk about. And then boys are different because boys are boys. They also have their things that they talk about, and other nonsense things. And also, yes. And once again, we are not saying that about the rights of men and women. We are not saying that boys and girls are not equal. We are just saying that there are certain assignments for each species that are fit for their own kind. And we are not saying that a woman cannot do this certain thing, but in fact, it depends on her capabilities as a woman, because a woman and a man have different capabilities according to biology, ladies and gentlemen, if you have studied that. So with that, I rest my case.